Streaming is on.
So really quickly before we go to the base token payroll, so with the policies database, the end goal is getting it into, verifying it into the Sensei voting form, the segmentation, voting.
Yeah.
And that's also the education and the value, right?
Yeah.
So in the context of the education component, at least, do you think that the essence of the policy database should also include the why? Because the why is the foundation to the education, right? So the education needs to explain why this policy exists so that when people learn the policy, they understand the reason why they're voting yes on it. Otherwise, why would they vote yes on it? Oh, it's this policy. I have to follow another policy. It's like, well, that's silly, right? But if you understand why the policy exists, then it's like, oh my God, we don't want that to happen again. This is really important, right? So do you think in this database we should include the why as well, or just the policy essence itself? Because we can always have the why in the links to more information or the why within the Sensei voting, but it is obviously a very important component. I mean, so there's basically the policy itself, right, which is what you're voting on. Then you have the educational information, which is why the policy exists. And then the third part is the value. So we're not including the value on this spreadsheet. So at this time, we're not including the value. So I think it's fine to not include the education as well. And then we can just have the education be part of the more details and the voting.
Yeah, Jay, I think it's super important to include the why. Yes, makes sense. Why?
The why will be included in the Sensei voting form and in the links to more details. The question is, do we want to include it on the policy essence database? Like maybe it's just too much. Like it's not necessarily essential information to have, It's already a lot trying to document each policy, let alone to also document why we have each policy. So I'm fine including the why somewhere else. I just wanted to mention it.
But I don't know, Jay, because it depends. This voting form, when this voting form happens, does it happen every time we have a discussion or clarification on a policy, or does it happen once per month?
In relationship to the training. It happens in relationship to the training. So as you're going through the training, you're voting on the policy.
Yeah. Okay. If you include the why, we don't. We immediately document it, right? When we're documenting these policies, for example, we already have the whys here, and we already include them. But I don't know.
So you think we should include it?
It becomes more the essence of the why as well. Not all the little
well,
details.
Obviously it's the essence of the why, but it's just I'm not sure. I would the way I would do it is I would keep the policy essence as the primary thing so that you can read the entire thing, and basically the link to more details just becomes like a very small thing. The category is very small, the voting is very small. It's like either yes or no, and then you could have the why be very small, so you wouldn't be able to see the why unless you actually clicked on it, but it could be there.
Yeah, let's try like this first. Yeah, I agree. We should include it. The essence of the why. Makes sense.
I feel like the why is actually much more information than the actual policies. Anytime you're looking at the why, it's like always going to be more.
Yeah, we want to try to get the essence of the why. All money transfers must happen within teamwork to make sure the treasurer and individual doing this. Do it by himself. So, for example, the why here is dealing with money, dealing with money and value distributions distributions can be very stressful to to bear alone, bear alone, as it's a heavy responsibility. There should always be available support present. Yeah, just a sentence. The main why, right? You can list many whys, but
Exactly.
yeah, like all money abroad, dealing with money and value distributions can be very stressful to bear alone, as it's a heavy responsibility. There should always be available support present. Yeah, for example, Ate just, I don't know if you saw her message on Discord, but she just said, but is the session with the team or with the executive? I told her, well, the executive is part of the team. There's no difference. So,
Yes, exactly. The executive is the worker. In my case, I mean, you can technically hire managers and hire executives who are not workers that don't actually do work. But obviously, in my case, I'm a worker, right? So, and by definition, treasurers are in essence workers. Like when they're actually doing the work of the treasurer, they're not doing either management nor are they doing executive roles. They are normal work responsibilities. Anyways, I added the other one here about I felt that the reason why we have the policy on working in buddy teams
mhm.
is also applies to double, triple, and quadruple checking all of our work, right? That's our motto, right? You can only do that as a team.
Yeah,
And that anyone who does their own work can't do their own verification, which is a policy. So I added that as a fourth policy.
perfect.
Cool. All right, so we have started our policy database. It's pretty exciting. I think overall we probably have somewhere between 50 to 100 policies that we regularly are using. As a, and obviously within sessions themselves, like with all of the decision-making policies and all that, there's probably 100 policies that all go into real-time sessions, right? But those are not really applicable to this, like our overall teamwork, right? So our overall teamwork is probably 50 to 100 policies. And in addition to that, there's probably an additional 50 to 100 policies just for how real-time sessions are run. And the policies for running a real-time session are specifically called, there's a special name for this, standing rules.
All
The
right.
standing rules of how sessions are run are a very, very important set of rules in terms of making sure that sessions are collaborative experiences. But again, the policies are kind of separate from the session rules. They're different things, but they're obviously still related.
So the standing rules are the
All
policies
right,
on how the real sessions are,
on a
uh,
real-time session, yes.
how the real
And you can't
sessions.
have async. There's also async standing rules tool because you can have asynchronous sessions as well as real-time sessions. But obviously, under our policies, the real-time sessions have precedence over the asynchronous sessions.
Okay, perfect.
All right. Anyways, we'll get to that one of these days. But it's just good to note that of all of our policies, there's a whole additional set of policies in relationship to just real-time sessions because it's so fast and so quick in a real-time session. It's just there's so many little details on every single little policy in every single situation. It's complex. There's a complexity to it. It's a very delicate process being in a real-time session with 10 people or 100 people or 500 people. All right, let's move on to our
Okay.
token payroll. I'm really excited about these policies spreadsheet and setting up this database. I actually wouldn't mind scheduling more for this and just going through policies and adding them. I think it's kind of fun.
Yeah,
And also
definitely.
it goes into the, this would go under the eval team.
Okay.
Anyway, so let's move on to the token payroll. Even if we don't complete the token payroll, it's like I'm still really excited about the session because I think that is just a huge win for us to set up this new policy database.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. Are making good improvements for sure.
Yes.
All right,
and
so
this policy database will be a thing to present for future generations. It's like every single policy we have in like a single spreadsheet. The essence of every policy in a single spreadsheet. I mean, it's really cool.
yeah, let's see how it goes. But yeah, I'll get started. I'm very excited as well. Can start reviewing it next week at eval session.
So the desired outcome here is to review and verify the possible changes. So this is the accounting. So this is the accounting. So topic 2 is accounting.
Exactly. Accounting for base token payroll 164. Okay, so let me go get here is the token payroll accounting line 7. It's the spreadsheet. I'm gonna get the information. So the transfers that we need to do are here. Here are the transfer J. 912. I didn't check in the blockchain yet the XGMR vault. I think I have it somewhere.
I don't understand what is the
From where there is the where we keep the XGMR.
But what is the T2ML vault, and what is the OPCV vault, and what is the XGMR? What is that?
This is the wallet from where to transfer the T2ML to this
But how
wallet.
do you know that? How do you know that though? How do you know that that's where we're supposed to transfer from?
Because they check the previous transfer on the blockchain.
But then how do you know that's the vault though? I mean, do you know what a vault is?
No, I don't know if it's a vault. I mean, I gave it this name. Maybe it's not a vault. Maybe it's just a wallet.
Okay. Yeah. So
I call it vault. Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense because a vault has a very specific purpose, and we do have wallets that are considered vaults, and vaults hold value for the token, right? So when we have a vault, it's a value vault that holds the value for the token, right? It's not anything other than that. So there's many different wallets, and then a specific type of wallet is the vault.
Okay. So how do you wanna how should we call it?
I don't know. I think we should just say that we don't know exactly where the funds are coming for until we address that. So basically what you're saying is that this is where the funds came last time, and so we can find out the address, and then we can find out the name of
it's linked. It's linked here.
so just grab the address, and then I'm gonna try to log in here.
Yeah, you want me to copy the address? So this is the address here. For T2ML. T2ML. Then we have this.
Yeah, but overall, I mean, this is definitely like a secondary step. The primary step is just calculating the amounts, right? So if we go through the process, the first step is like calculating amounts, and then the second step would be knowing where the funds are, where the tokens are coming from in this case. So
Okay.
that's a separate thing, you know. So maybe we shouldn't get all stuck in this process here, because maybe it's not the priority. Maybe the priority is getting clarity on the actual amounts.
All right. Okay. So let me get that. So this is for 2TML. I'm going down to line 26. All right. This is 2TML. And I'm going to get.
We can just open the document and look at it. I mean, we're just looking at, I guess you have separate accounting for each one. So
Yeah, we're gonna improve that. You already said that we want to have everything in one tab. This is the last. This is starting from the next payroll round. We need to create the new spreadsheets, calculation spreadsheets for the new half year, and we're gonna have everything in one tab. You already pointed out this. Yeah. That's why I wanted to copy and paste.
So we need 3,000 T2ML, and we have 4,000 T2ML, right?
We have 4,300, and we need 2,455 more. Yeah.
And what is the 5% admin fee to the sponsorship program? What's that?
Well, this you said to keep it in standby for the moment, but there should, it's still applicable, the admin fee for that should go for every income.
But it's not income.
Every inflow.
But it's not inflow. It's not income or inflow. Is it?
Yeah.
We're not making any money. It's not like money coming into the organization.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this we never. We just said we're gonna keep it in standby for the moment, but we never actually finalize the discussion or the decision what we want to do.
I mean, tokens represent the equity ownership of a entity. So, you know, it's not income. It's not incoming cash flow. It's not even cash.
Mm-hmm.
Or value. It doesn't necessarily even have value. Right?
Well, they do have value. Why they have value? Why do you say that they don't have value?
Well, I said they didn't necessarily have value in the context that it's 100% risk, and that basically, let's say even someone bought tokens which increase their value, right? They can just sell them again, and the value would go down. So their value is completely dependent on people not selling.
Okay.
But right?
They still do have value.
Income is valuable because you bring it in and you spend the money, and like you have to pay taxes on it, and it's part of our liabilities and our government compliance. So it's just not applicable to our sponsorship policies, which is all based on incoming cash flow.
Okay.
So let's say somebody invested into the organization. So if someone invested into the organization, let's say they invested $100,000, that could be considered incoming cash flow because you put $100,000 into a bank account. If somebody invested $100,000 buying a token, there's no cash flow because the token itself goes up in value, and they could sell that token at any moment. So the cash flow would actually be selling the token and transferring the value of the token into the bank account and utilizing the value of that token. That would be incoming cash flow, right? Because it's not actually income until you sell it and put it in the bank.
All right. So do we want to take that away?
Yeah, just adding 5% for admin fees. This doesn't make any sense. There's no admin fee for a token.
Okay.
Because it doesn't necessarily have. It doesn't have inherent value in and of itself. You know, it's like what is the value that you're taking the percentage of, right?
Okay.
I mean, if anything, the only one you could definitely possibly consider would be XGMR, but even that, again, it's just it's not the actual values.
All right. All right, I'm deleting that column then.
All right.
I'm gonna make sure to update the responsibility organizing.
And so when it says $6,759, is that, or $3,379, is that just a mistake?
This is the buffer. 10% buffer.
$3,379. Line H.
Yeah, no, yeah, it is a miss. Of course, this is not dollars. Absolutely. Just number. Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, looking at all this, it's going to be helpful to just looking at tokens. Like, if we don't need all these, like,
this is dollars. This is the XGMR is dollars. So $748. The value, the current value is 0.0133. Like, for example, you know that TAD is more valuable than Matic, for example. A lot more valuable.
Again, but the value doesn't matter. It's all about the value in relationship to the total number of tokens. Right? You know what I mean? Time out here.
Yeah, no, I know. I mean, it's value.
Matic's obviously worth much more than our, like, there's no question.
Yeah, the volumes and everything.
Anyways, so what number? It's this number in column M. That's what we're going for.
M, yes, that's the transfer that we need to make.
So we only need to transfer 5,000 XGMR.
Yeah, because we already have 117,000 in the we need 123. Right, here is the 2x month counting, and we have currently 117,865. So only 5,864 are missing to meet the policy. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm trying to log into MetaMask right now. It's going really slow. I don't know why. Not a good sign. Right, but I did log in, so that's good. All right, so let's go ahead and check this out. Let me make sure my screen share is working again. All right. So the first question is just verifying that the amounts in the wallet are correct. So the wallet we're looking for is just the, and this is where it's very important. So the FTM in the wallet, right?
Yeah, we have one payroll wallet.
Payroll.
Yeah, this is the same for all these tokens.
FQN payroll wallet.
Cool. FQN token payroll wallet. Yeah, you can find line 12, 13, 14.
Beautiful. Right. And it says that we have 170,000 XGMR.
How many? So I can check here. That's correct. I already verified this, but let's triple check.
1,000 T2 now. Cool. All right. So that all looks good. And then we're just saying that we need to transfer it from somewhere. The question is from where?
Okay. So this link that you highlighted in red, I got this link by going through the blockchain ledger.
Yeah. So the question is, what is the address? So that's what we're trying to get here. So let's just, so when we go to the,
It's here. I wrote it here. T2ML.
where did you write it?
Line 17.
Well, what is that?
It's the address. Only the address.
But the address doesn't end. The address can't be end in pound balances. That doesn't make any sense. That it's
So,
pound balance.
so it's like this.
Five FE65. I don't see it. 5FE65. No, this is T2ML, right?
T2ML, yeah.
Oh, that's the name of the contract. That's the name of the actual token. That's not the actual token address. So can you see my screen?
Yeah. Okay. I can see your screen.
Here,
Yeah.
this first wallet right here that ends in 7603. This is the original, what we call the minting wallet, right? This would be the minting wallet, where you're actually minting. So if we have to go back to the minting wallet, we have to go back to the minting wallet. But ideally, we avoid that because that's going back to like the core assets that we want to use as few as possible of. And then eventually, anything that's left in the minting wallet, we're basically going to be, burning them or getting rid of all of them. Basically, we're going to erase them all, and then, every 2.5 year leap cycle in the Selenium calendar, we basically increase the value of the token, because then we will get rid of all the tokens we didn't use. Because remember, we calculated that we would be prepared to spend $1 million, $2 million, something like that. I don't remember exactly what it was.
12 million.
Well, millions. But if we only use, a couple 100,000 or whatever, any amount we don't use, we're gonna just burn and get rid of. Okay? So we want to use a little of that as possible. So that brings us to these ones. We have one that's 7,000. How much do we need? We need 4,000.
2,455.
Oh, 2,000. We need 2,000?
Yeah. 2,400. Yeah. 2,500.
First one has 7,000. The second one has 5,000. And then the third one has 4,000, right? So any one of these three wallets will be perfect to be able to get enough from. So the question is, what are these wallets? Where are the wallets from? This one doesn't have enough. This one has 1,000, right? And all the other wallets have less than the amount that we would need to get, all right? Yeah. So the question is, okay, what are these wallets? So the easiest way to answer that is by going in here and finding the wallet in the MetaMask, right?
I think this one is mine, 422.06.
Yeah, but 422 is not enough. We're not looking for that. So we're looking for the thousands of values. Okay, so I'm going to go send, and I'm going to say transfer between my accounts. So this will get all the wallets. So my personal pay wallet is not here. We have A0CD, that's not Apple BD3E, no. B5, no. Vaccinium 5F4B, no, no, no. 88A, no. 4D45B, no. No. 3, no. C6, no. AAB. This is why it's so important to track this stuff, so we know where the money's coming from, so we don't have to worry about this. That payroll wallet is 1323. So this one with 4,000 is the payroll wallet already. So we can cross that off the list.
Of course, yeah.
And so now it's only either 9B, 9D or 09C3. So that's what we're looking for. So 990E, no.
9B, 9D.
We're looking for 9B, 9D or 09C3. So this should go pretty quickly from here. I just don't see it. I don't see it. 9B, no. Oh, here, the transfer wallet, 9B, 9D. So the transfer wallet is basically a wallet that we use for transferring between MetaMasks. So the transfer wallet typically should have $0 in it, because typically when you're transferring something from one account to another account, you use the transfer wallet, and then when you're done with the transfer wallet, you empty it out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in this case, it says there's still value in it. So in the transfer wallet, we have 7,958. So we can go ahead and transfer all of the T2ML within the transfer wallet. And then we also have 75 XGMR. We have 0 OPZB. All right.
Okay,
So
so we are transferring from this wallet here to the
yeah, so
payroll
this is
wallet.
the transfer wallet. So the transfer wallet is not where we would typically get tokens from, right? The tokens
Okay.
typically are either going to come from the like basically we want like some type of activity account, right? So we should have like an activity wallet or whatever, since these are technically under activity team, I believe, the XGMR token. And so in that context, it's like, these are FQN activity team tokens, and we're just holding them there in relationship to the value being utilized, right? And then we have the active wallet, which is the actual payroll wallet. So we'll document that all, but first let's just go ahead and send these. So we're sending them to the payroll wallet. So between my accounts, this is going to be the FQN payroll wallet. And we're going to send the max. And there's just no need to have T2ML in the
Transfer wallet.
in the transfer wallet. So we're just going to do,
So
well, this will be fine.
so we are transferring 7,958.
7,950.
58 to TML, and how many you say for OPVZ?
Okay, so it looks like it worked. So I believe that worked. Okay.
Okay.
So, anyways, let's go over the wallet. So the T2ML wallet, and let's just go over what T2ML is again. So it's the
Back pay.
T2ML is back pay.
Yeah.
This is our back pay equity, and relates to all of our finances and value relating to paid vacation, health pay, sick leave, et cetera, et cetera, right? Now I propose your T2ML tokens be turned into upfront pay. Right, so this can be proposed into upfront pay. Right. So we obviously have the payroll wallet, so FQN payroll wallet, right? And then we're gonna have basically like activity / FQN primary wallet, right? Then there's going to be the let's call this the business wallet, business wallet, or entity, business / entity wallet. It's not really a business entity wallet, right? Then you have
the minting, how do you call it?
the minting wallet, right?
Minting wallet.
And then there's going to be the vault, right? So the vault is where the liquidity is. Liquidity vault. All right. So it's going to be 4 wallets that we'll be actively using, and so we want to know exactly how much has come out of the mint, which would basically be what we would call like the active value within the token, and then from there that gets distributed into the other wallets, and then from there we would take funds. So we should be taking funds from the activity entity wallet to FQN payroll wallet, sometimes through the transfer wallet, right? But that would be the primary process. Does that make sense?
Okay. We don't have the activity wallet, or we do already?
I don't know. I don't think we have it. No, I don't know. Maybe we might. We'll be able to look through it quickly.
Okay.
So T2ML and OPZV are a little different, and I think that these are basically the same, right? So no wait, actually I made a mistake. T2ML and OPZV would be the FQN entity wallet, right? And then specifically the XGMR token wallets would be the FQN payroll. And then this is where you have the activity entity wallet, right? And then you've got the minting. Okay.
All right. Let me
So
bring
you
this
have
down.
the minting wallet, and then you've got the liquidity vault. So in this case, there should be two liquidity vaults because there's the T2ML liquidity vault and the OPVV liquidity vault. Okay, does that make sense? And then so T2ML is the backpay and OPZV is the individual jurisdiction. Is that correct?
Individual jurisdiction, yeah. So they are held together in the same wallets.
Yes, my understanding is that they should all be together in the same wallets because they are the same thing. They're basically FQN equity value.
Yeah, I can confirm that the minting wallet is the same.
And technically speaking, we could even say this is FQN co-op entity wallet. This is the FQN workers co-op entity wallet, right? And that would be where the value is held. Because it's not part of a Activity team, it's much broader than that. Whereas the XGMR token is the Activity team value for the for-profit side in relationship to the Juriston fund. Okay?
Okay.
Cool. So I think this is clear. And then that's T2ML, and the other one, OPZV, is the individual jurisdiction. And this is basically like based on cost. All right. So anyways, I think we have clarity on where the funds are coming from. And now it's just a matter of setting up all the wallets, understanding their addresses and links, and just having all, because it's never going to change. It's always going to be exactly the same, basically until the end of the cycle, the 2.5-year leap cycle. And then at the end of the 2.5-year leap cycle, we are going to probably use the same minting wallet to mint the new token, and then the same workers co-op entity wallet. So the only thing that changes is liquidity vault. Right? Everything else stays the same.
Okay.
Cool. Awesome. All right. So this looks exciting. So should we stop here and just wait it out, or do you want to know more information about all the details of where all this is coming from and get this all set up?
I mean, if it doesn't take too much time, we can set it up for sure. Yeah. I mean, we already have the minting wallet, the liquidity vault, and
so
the
next
payroll
one
wallet.
is OPZV. So if I go in here to OPZV, the token should pop up. Why is it popping up? Search not found. Oh, it's 0 OPZV. There it is. Okay, OPZV, 14 addresses. We go to the holders. We take a look, see what we got. All right, so obviously the first one. Okay, so the minting wallet is very simple. We know the minting wallet address is right here. It's huge. It's got tons of value, and I believe it's the same for each. Right?
Yeah, it's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same for T2ML and OPZV. I don't know about XGMR. I haven't checked.
Yeah, I don't know either. It might be different. All right. So next we have, how much do we need to transfer? We need to transfer 8,000.
We need to transfer 5,864. So.
But here it says to transfer 8,251.
That's the OPZV. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was misreading. Yeah, correct. 8,250.
Okay, so the first thing that I noticed here is that there's no wallet that even has that much in it, except for the actual minting wallet. So I still think we should know what these 3 wallets that have over 3,000 in them are, but either way, it looks like we need to get access to the minting wallet, which is always more difficult than just the active wallets. The minting wallets should always be the hardest to get into,
Yeah. Well,
And there's also
we
ways
know.
to mint tokens. Like, all the tokens that we create, we focus on burning them and getting rid of them and just minting all of them at the very beginning, and it always goes down in terms of the total number of tokens. Whereas you can set up tokens where you're able to mint them in real time as you need more of them, and then max them out, and then you can start burning them afterwards. So anyways, I personally like the model of you just mint all of the tokens at the beginning, and then you just are trying to get rid of them all and burn them all as quickly as possible. In our case, we burn them all after 2.5 year framework, but with other types of tokens, you can do it faster. All right, so that is the minting wallet. So we're gonna have to find this minting wallet for the well, no, not the XMR. This, yeah. Oh, this is the wrong one. Okay.
All right. So for the OPZV, we know that the third wallet is the payroll wallet, 3,275.
For what?
For the OPZV,
Is what?
the third wallet that's here in the
This one?
contract, 3,275. That's the payroll wallet.
Yeah. So then, the only question is, what is the 09C3? We also had the 09C3 on that other wallet, on the other one as well. We don't know what it is yet.
Yeah.
So anyways, we'll figure that out. But right now, we need to focus on the minting wallet because we need more. So if we wanted to, we could also think about the entity wallets. So that, because if we're going to the minting wallet, and we know we have to go to the minting wallet anyways, we could transfer more value of all the tokens into the entity wallet, right? But before we do that, why don't we go ahead and skip to the XGMR token? Good?
Okay.
Okay. So let's check out XGMR. All right. Let's see here. This says, so this is obviously the minting wallet 0904. Let's see, 0904. So it's a different minting wallet. And it's also not a lot. So there's very, very few XGMR tokens is the first thing we notice.
Can you link the minting wallet for the XGMR, please?
Oh, actually, I'm not sure if that is the minting wallet. I'm not sure. But the point that I'm trying to make here is that there's just very, very few tokens. So if you can see here, we're trying to transfer 61,000 tokens, and we're trying to have 2 months of accounting of 123,000 tokens of XGMR. Is that correct?
Exactly. We need to have 123,000.
Yeah. And so the minting wallet itself doesn't exist. Like, I don't even know what the minting wallet is, but it obviously doesn't have that much value in it. And this first wallet here, do you see this little, are you looking at my screen? Do you see this little like contract button thing?
Yeah.
This wallet and the third wallet, both of these two wallets are exchanges. Like, those are dexes. Those are actual liquidity pools. So the biggest pool of value is in liquidity in the actual exchange. So basically, there is no minting wallet. We minted all of the value of the token, and so there is no more tokens that can be gotten. It's all the value is distributed, and basically, there's very little value to go around. So basically, the value comes from buying the token. So in some ways, sometimes the only way to run the payroll is actually to buy the token, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, with the XGMR, it was always the case. Right.
Yeah,
you remember we were doing all of that. You were buying TAD, or I don't remember. First, you were buying US dollar coins. Then from there, you were buying TAD, and then TAD you were buying the XGMR.
Yeah. But you can just see here if that we have a pool of 343,000 tokens, and I could be selling as many as 61,000. It's going to be a massive drop in value. I mean, it's just insane, right? So you can just see how few tokens there are of the XGMR token. There's only 720,000, right? And so these are all active tokens, and there's no like leftover tokens that we can pull from. These are all the tokens we have. So you can see the 61,000 is actually representative of like literally almost 10% of the entire amount of tokens in the entire pool for 1 month of value. Okay.
Okay,
So
so
anyways,
what do we do?
well, it looks to me like the only option here is to actually take out liquidity, because that's the only place you have enough tokens. So in terms of getting liquidity, your options are either buying the token, so option 1, buying tokens, or option 2 would be to remove liquidity. Removing liquidity is not necessarily a great option either, because then the value of the token is going to crash even more. But anyways, we can find out where the liquidity is by clicking on the liquidity pool and going to the contract. I think I'm going to have to click on the contract. Boy. Oh, what's going wrong here? So this is the liquidity pool. I don't know, I forget how to do it to get to it in the right spot. So there should be 2 tokens in the liquidity pool, but we're obviously not getting to the liquidity pool for some reason. So let me try, so we're gonna go back to the token holders.
Okay.
And then this is liquidity. So the easier way, so I just clicked on it, which takes us to a subset. I'm just gonna actually search the address and it'll take us to the actual address. All right, so here, so now you can see the liquidity pool. You have the TAD and the XGMR, right? So that's the liquidity pool.
Okay.
Then you can see the token itself. This is the token. It's the Uniswap version 2, right? So this is the token itself. And then you can have the holders, and then this tells us who actually owns the liquidity. And you can see 100% of liquidity is in the 32C0 wallet. So removing liquidity would happen in the 32C0 wallet. What
Okay.
most likely is like the vault, but I don't know. We'll have to find out.
Okay.
32C0. So let me check to see if it's here. If it's not here, then we're going to go ahead and have to purchase some or look in another MetaMask. So I'm going to go ahead and click on, and then once we get this all sorted out, we'll know how to do this. We just don't have it organized and sorted out yet. We haven't done this for so long. It's like insane.
Yeah. I remember when it was last time. It was maybe July last year.
Okay, so I'm looking for 32C0. Let's see if we can find it. 32C0. No. Okay, so it's not here. All right, so that brings us to the entity wallets. Let's see what we have in relation to entity wallets. So okay, here. So here you have utility value token deployment. Is that? So this might be the one that's the minting of the XGMR. I'm not sure. That should be a minting wallet. Let me click on this and look at more information.
Mm-hmm.
Deployment in vault, right? So this is the activity team value vault. So I'm assuming this is the vault for XGMR, but I don't actually know. We would have to double check that. 80A2. Okay. Here's all the trust wallets. Here's a community equity wallet. It's exciting. Goes more trust wallets, Mo transfer. So this is the Mo transfer wallet, where we're supposed to transfer value. So when we do the actual transfers, we're supposed to transfer value from here. Trust wallets. Wait. Okay. So that's it on this one. Right, so we definitely don't have all of this organized just yet, but we're making progress. This is good.
Okay.
All right.
Right.
So now we basically could create, like, so I think it's fine to create wallets. So we can create a activity entity wallet, and we can create an FN workers co-op entity wallet.
Mhm.
That'll give us a place to kind of store however much tokens we want to. Minus the activity entity wallet is a little more difficult. I want to see what's in the activity entity wallet. What is in here? Let's see, assets. So we have BVGO 122D IO. Nothing at all. All right. Okay, so do we want to take a 5-minute break? And then I'm going to try to get on a different computer and see if I can find all the information on the other computer. Remember, one of my computers died. We never dealt with that and fixed it, which is the one that had a lot of value and it barely even works. So it's like we're not in good shape. The fact that it's not on this computer, so we want to get everything on this computer. So like, just go ahead and create the account. So I'm going to create an account for this is going to be the FQN Workers Co-op Entity Wallet.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so then this wallet we're going to utilize, and it's also good to note that this wallet is not secure. We're going to need to secure this wallet. That goes into the security processes, which is a whole other thing to add to the money. Like, make sure on the money priorities we have the security, wallet security.
Okay, I'm gonna write it down.
All right, so that was created. I can copy this and I link it here. So that's the FQN Workers wallet right there. And then we're going to go ahead and create the activity entity wallet. So basically, those are just to represent the entities, so that we have a place where we know where the value is supposed to be stored if it exists.
Okay.
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 Cool. So let's go ahead and take a 5-minute break. I'm trying to start up this other computer and see if we can get access to these other wallets, and then from there we will slowly start to organize everything.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. Let's do it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 5-minute break.